evening, everyone, and thank you for joining another episode of Four Letter Nerd, a Hyro Geeks Unlimited production. Today, we are celebrating Pride Month and hopefully having a show that engages, maybe enlightens, or helps validate you in whatever form that you are in right now and whatever form you're going to be tomorrow. Um, this is obviously something that's very near and dear to my heart. It's a life that we live every day in my home, and it's a life that unfortunately still isn't as globally as accepted as it should be. We all have the same kind of functions in our body. We all have hearts and brains and minds and souls, and just because someone isn't built the same way as yours is doesn't make them any less of a human than you. And so today we're going to be celebrating some of those fine, wonderful, amazing people that continue to push forward the likelihood that, equality means everything and you lose absolutely nothing by letting someone stand beside you. So before we continue, let me bring on our co-hosts. First up, I would like to bring one of my most favorite cakey humans in all of Eternia, and that is Michael Bergevine, aka Bergie, aka Cake Boss, aka Just Call Me Daddy, aka the man that has not only a hoodie sweater with his face on it, but also just has a t-shirt with his face all over
You,
it.
you like my new shirt?
I do. I was there when it was presented to you, and it was probably one of the highlights of the year for me.
Yeah. So I wore it. I wanted to Mayhem and Reggie to take a look at it. I figured they might get a good kick out of it.
This is
Thank
the
you.
this is the beauty.
Thank you for Seth for giving it to me. And there are three people that have one: me, Seth, and Sophia. We all have one.
And everyone's going to try to make backdoor deals with Seth to get one
I know.
themselves.
Yep. A lot of
I'm
people are
sure his
asking for
DMs are like,
them. Feel bad
one
for that
man's
boy.
nightmare is another man's dream, Fusco. Um, so let us bring on
You're just
our
jealous
other
you don't
host
have one,
tonight.
Eric.
Oh, before I want to give a moment of silence to our dear brother Mayhem, who is playing nurse to his beautiful baby Jordy. We are hoping that she feels better and that he's able to join us next week. I know that this episode was important to him, and I want to give a shout out to him and thank him for pushing for this episode to air and still contributing to it, even though he couldn't be here in person. And I'm sorry, Reggie, I've held you in the back too long. Please join us,
Man,
Ra, Sun God.
you are a-okay. I will take a backseat to what we're doing. Not mayhem, but the show itself. But
So
it's not a problem. But yeah,
we
no,
have
we got
Mayhem Light with us, Reggie Bold, maybe next week.
right. Well, as you can see, I've upgraded myself. I'm less mayhem, more chaos. Because mayhem is that low level chaos.
Isn't that also more chaos? Isn't that still mayhem though?
Is it low level though? Because I don't feel like it is.
We'll let
I
the
mean,
audience decide.
I don't know. He's in the audience. He may try to sway them as he is like to do.
That's true. That's true.
Yes, we've got
So
a jam-packed show for you guys today.
we do.
So even though Mayhem's not here, we will be going over the things that he brought up for us to go over. And I do have my contractually obligated portion of the show to do as well, or I get fired, or she beats me. I'm not sure which. It happens.
A little bit of both.
Can we not perpetuate the women are violent to their partners thing? Because I get like Tyrone constantly, people like blink twice if you're in trouble. I did not harm that man. I never would harm that man. See, you see that? Leave me alone. Leave her alone. I know there's video of me throwing a pickle at Reggie's face, but that was not violence.
I mean, there's video evidence.
That was warfare.
In the face.
And
in the face.
You
And she
do it
says
twice.
And she says she's not a violent person,
I'm not. That was like my purge. My once a year, I'm done.
Once a year in Colorado, she just has to, beat up on Reggie.
Yeah, that's why I do it in Colorado.
Wait, is that one of your perks now?
They're lit.
Like, I get to go to Colorado. Oh, Reggie's there. I get to abuse him. Yes.
Blame it on the dispensaries.
Right.
And anyway,
okay.
Reggie is going to go first, but I don't know if he's representing Mayhem himself or Mia.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so whenever you're ready,
Yeah,
let's
so
get rolling.
I am representing all three of us. It's going to get a little loud up here because they're not quiet people whatsoever. But anyway, let me get started. I will start with Mia, and she would like me to start off with the Pride items that you can get for free and one of her favorite games of all time right now, Disney's Dreamlight Valley. And she like literally, if you play Dreamlight Valley, or now if you play Palia, or if you play Minecraft, hit her up. She's on there. Ask her where she at. She'll let you know. You can play together because I only played Palia with her. So yeah.
So, are you going to be showing one of the fits?
Yes, I am.
Because that is probably the only reason why I would play.
Some games have some amazing in-game, costumes and different things like that. It's really cool.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was very lucky to be a beta tester for Lord of the Rings Online.
Ooh,
and
of course you were.
Let's take it easy. This was many years ago. But let me tell you, building my own elf was pretty freaking rad. Being able to make my own hobbit, my own elf, my own man, like, it was great. City Heroes also was great for, like, a lot of those games. The character builds are probably my favorite part because the gameplay is just like you stare at their butt as they run around doing things. So.
I'm true. And then,
but anyways,
this one is licensed by Disney. You're gonna get those mouse ears everywhere, and it's licensed, and it's okay to be there. So that lets you know Disney supports this. And they've got one for whatever flag you may fly. It is here waiting for you in Dreamlight Valley.
There you go.
And all you got to do is redeem these codes that you see scrolling across the screen, and you can get them. They will be yours.
And these are all free that they do on the game itself?
Yes, on the game itself.
Nice.
Now, I'm never going to pretend to know what all those colors mean, but I will say this is Mia's character as she is for the past 2 days, wearing her ally colors.
Speak, Valentina. Ally. That's deep. That's deep internet stuff. I apologize, folks. That just came out. What I absolutely love about this is that it does include all the different kinds of queer that are out there, and always ever changing, ever evolving. And I just want to point out that none of this is new. These terms, maybe not the colors, but the terms and the character builds, for lack of a better term, have existed for centuries, thousands of years. In our historical texts, you have it there. These are not like new punch words for new generations. These are just words that existed before, were pushed down by people who did not want anything other than what they wanted, and now they're here. Thank you, heteronormative. And now people are starting to use them again and just pushing back against that, saying, "I'm here, I exist, and I don't want more than you. I don't want special from you. I just want the same as you." And you lose nothing when it's the same. Like you want a piece of cake, they just want a piece of cake too. And who doesn't want cake?
Big enough for
I joke, but their cake may be a little more colorful, but it's still cake.
Yeah. Some cakes are funfetti,
right?
Some cakes are
chocolate, some are vanilla,
and some are thick.
Some are angel food cake.
Some are thick.
Some are thin.
There are those that are thick and desired by the people of Rhode Island. Yes, we know this.
Some have lumps in all the right places.
Talk about cake. I accidentally told T.C. Carson's, the voice of Kratos, why I am called the Cake Boss. And that I have dude, you should have saw it. He stopped mid-signing. He had his back. I was behind him. He stopped mid-signing. He just put his head up. He looked back. He goes, "Yo, white people are crazy." And he just went right back to signing. I could not stop laughing. Me, Damien, his wife, crying. Bro is hilarious. He did take a
picture with your mug.
I know he did.
You saw the face that he was making. The mug was on the table, and he's like this.
He's like, "Oh, this guy again."
One
he's
of my
awesome.
favorites. No, this was last year. It was before this conversation.
This happened at Rhode Island Anime. He was at Rhode Island Anime a couple weeks ago.
This was very recent.
Very recent.
Very recent.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Exactly. And then another part of my contractually obligated portion of this, I do have 2 streamers that she's just started to follow that are of the community. Yeah, you already put that one up. We know she beats you. Stop it.
She does not.
And this is one that is named Jupiverse. I don't know much about these creators. I do hear her watching them while she's playing either Dreamlight Valley or Palia, and while I'm playing World of Warcraft, yeah. But this is one, and she just started following them not too long ago, but she's literally in their streams regularly. So that's Jupiverse, and another one that she follows is Toph, and yeah, she's literally ever since she's gotten into Palia and into Dreamlight Valley, these are the people that she follows. She's like, these are my people. This is who I follow. And she will be playing the game while watching them stream and sometimes trying to go build what they're building, because that's how my wife is. She's special like that.
And we love her, and she doesn't beat people.
My nieces did that when they would play Minecraft. They would sit there and watch some of the people that were playing it, Jacksepticeye and some of the other ones, and they'd be sitting there playing Minecraft, and they're watching them playing the game and doing it at the same time. I'm like, just play the game. Yeah, but they're teaching me stuff. But learn on your own.
No,
I guess maybe it's different from us when we first started playing because we didn't have all this stuff there.
No, we didn't have access to.
No, you had to call a friend, and you were like, and a friend would tell you something like, "Did you see that level? What level? What are you talking about?" Like, it did not exist unless they showed it to you. Now it's like the internet. Good luck.
I remember looking up walkthroughs for my kids.
Yeah,
when they were playing games. Okay, now you gotta go left here. You got left.
A walkthrough for us back in the day was calling 800 number on the back of the Nintendo Power magazine.
I got in trouble for calling that one.
Oh God,
one time because I didn't know.
My little brother got his butt beat because he actually thought he hung up the phone, but he didn't hang it up.
For the first minute.
A minute.
Yep.
Yes.
My brother didn't hang the phone up properly. It stayed on the hold for 2 hours, and Nintendo didn't say nothing. They charged us $4 a minute for 2 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Ooh, horrible.
And he's still with us today.
Yes, barely. Barely.
And now
$180 if my math is accurate.
Right. Mayhem. No one beats you. Stop it.
Okay, so like I said, Mayhem is not on the show because the baby's sick, but he's in the background with the controls, and somebody change the password and lock him out, please.
I can't lock him out. He has the same access as I do.
If you lock him out, Reggie will probably get booted if he does it. Then it's just me and you.
Yes, we know, sir. Thank you. All right, so now for part 2 of my contractually obligated portion, I guess I can show the stuff he wants to talk about, even though he's back there being a pain in our tuchuses. But that's okay. We still love him.
Probably wearing the wig.
Oh God, he looks
actually sexy. No, he's not wearing the wig. He's just
he looks sexy as hell.
Oh wait! Do it! Yeah, we've now peer pressured him. He was so hyped about wearing this wig. We may get a small brief cameo.
Oh, he's got to come in wearing that wig for a brief minute.
Just a brief cameo. Wait, fix it. Get your hair fixed.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Do your hair, diva. Come on.
You ready? All right. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there he is.
Hour in his
the diva.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We peer pressured him into coming on with the wig.
Yep. You're welcome.
There's our queen.
That's right. And now on to his picks. So Mayhem did a mix of real and my brain just stopped working there. Real and fictional. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So choices. And so we're going to start off with his fictional characters that are of the community. And we're going to start off with the one that drew the most hype 2 years ago and the most ire, the son of Superman, John Kent, named after his granddad. Good man.
Do you know what makes me mad?
What's that?
Where are their lips?
I mean, they're superhero
anatomically incorrect.
Okay, of course, I do not give a crap about a queer couple kissing or straight couple, whatever. People kiss, get over it. Where are their lips?
I mean, well, actually, there's
Look at
one
their
lower lip
mouths. That
there
does
and a
not
lower lip
look
here.
That does not look right, though.
And
I don't know what the
guess
hell that
that's an
is.
upper lip? I don't.
Like
I didn't draw it. I don't know.
How are their chins
not touching?
Like that, like, yeah, but like dead on, but that looks like one's got a head tilt, one's got an other tilt. It just doesn't look anatomically correct. Sorry.
They're superheroes. They can do things we cannot.
Yeah, like fly, but they still have to kiss normal. Like, what the hell?
I want to understand so badly how his nose got that far deeply into his face.
Right? I mean,
and where are the lips?
I mean, he's Superman, so you know.
Where are the?
That man sneezes right now or breathes too heavy. He's gonna blow that guy's head off. Like, come on.
Into the next.
And I'm just gonna mess with.
I'm very sorry. I took away from a very serious that. That was a great storyline, by the way. And no shade. It's just that art has always struck me as like so dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's the way they draw. And this is one I did not know because he has a daughter, but Mr. Alan Scott.
Yeah, Alan Scott was gay in his storyline.
Oh, so I didn't know that. See, I don't read a lot of Green Lantern OG, so I did not know.
Yeah.
Exactly, Jolene. Where are they?
Well, he's not original. He's not Green Lantern Corps. It's a different Green Lantern because of the Justice Society of America. So it's a totally different storyline. It's not as well known as the Green Lantern Corps, but yeah, he was definitely one of the major ones back then.
I know of the Justice Society and their members. I know their powers aren't the same as their current iterations, but you know, I know a little bit. I'm not a DC person. And up next, we've got Miss Harleen Quinzel. Wait, wait.
You know what I want to say? I'm not going to say.
I'm going to say the same. I'm thinking the same thing. It should. Why?
Well, look at the art and tell me we don't have a problem.
She has to be moving in some direction to make it do that. That's all I can think.
That
I don't know.
That
I
ain't
don't
right.
know.
Why does one look like a volleyball? The other one looks like barely a baseball. Like, what the hell?
That one looks like a balloon.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's floating.
Right.
And the other one looks like a bullet from Mario.
You leave Bill the bullet alone.
No,
he's a good man.
Bill is not leaving Harley alone right now. He needs to get out her chest.
No.
Look, and we are not bashing on the community. We're just having some fun and jokes on it. But
come on, like, draw it correctly. We are artist bullying right now, and I apologize to the artists. I can't even imagine how difficult it is to draw these characters.
Oh God, no, I couldn't do it.
It's not even about sizeism here, Jolene. But I do have to say, Harley Quinn is probably one of the best queer characters to come out in a very long time. Her relationship with Ivy is
the best.
It is like one of the best relationships in all of comic fandom, and I will die on this hill. It is healthy, it is honest, it is beautiful, it is healing, and it has done so much for so many people. And I do not understand, with the storyline that we continue to get between Harley and Ivy, why people still ship Harley and Joker. That is
because they're stupid and they are abused in some way and don't realize it.
Yeah, but that's also Hollywood too. Does that too in a way? They romanticize.
The
way it was with the old school. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the artwork that they did with the Joker and Harley, with the dancing in the moonlight with the dress and everything, the Harley suit and everything, fantastic. But God damn it, that relationship was toxic as F. Like
it was awful. And what he did to other characters, what he did to Barbara.
What he did to the other Harleys.
Right. And then even if they have like what looks like a romantic moment, how can you find any, and nothing with you, Bridget, because the art for those things was absolutely beautiful. But how can you take away from that, like, all of the disgusting, awful, terrible, terrifying things that he's done and be like, this is my Morticia and Gomez Adams. This is my Romeo and Juliet. This is my, you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
No, please.
Look, we get it. There are some messed up relationships in the world. I mean, it is, but
love shouldn't hurt you.
Yeah, no. Well, that's true.
It should.
You know, that is a fact.
Up next is Tim Drake, Robin, and also known as Red Robin.
See, I don't remember him being gay in the beginning.
He
They changed that.
Yes. When he went to England and became Red Robin, and went to go actually discover himself out from underneath Batman, that's when he was like, oh, hey, by the way.
I think that is really important here for that distinction to be made. While he was with Batman, I think that he felt constricted in who he was. And this is just me like projecting, right? But when he got away and saw more of the world and saw how other people live and how he was able to find his own identity, and that mirrors so much a lot of people that grow up in what may even be unintentionally like oppressive homes or repressive homes, and then they leave and see the world and meet more people and understand that attraction is and love and all of those feelings aren't tied to just one thing. And I think that this is like very mirrored very nicely here, even though I don't think that that's what the intention was when it was started. I think it was definitely something where they wanted more representation and felt like he was a good character to do that with. And I'm not mad at it. A lot of times somebody's sexual orientation doesn't directly have anything to do with the character itself or their powers or their abilities or anything like that. It's just a part of who they are. But I thought this was well done.
That's what it was. John Constantine
will have sex with anything if it's
if he can sex it, he will. He don't care.
It's got a heartbeat. Let's go.
Not right? Even demons. Hello.
There's got to be something pumping there.
I don't think it's that high though.
Yeah. He's had some very complicated relationships.
Look, he knows some spells to make things move to where things need to be. So
he doesn't work. He doesn't need hymns or chews or anything like that at all. He's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, that third horn looks good on you today. Wow.
Imagine what they can do with an amorphic tail.
He has.
He has. On from that. Anyway, up next, it is one of our current host's favorite characters, Miss Diana of the Mascara.
Hey.
The Wonder
Woman. This
that whole island.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All women. No, I'm dead serious. All women for thousands of years.
Yeah.
You telling me.
That's what I always said. Like, I was finding when I got upset with that a couple of years ago, someone sat there and go, wait, Wonder Woman is bisexual? Like, she lived on an island for thousands of years with other women. You don't think they'd inflict the bean? Like, come on. Like, for real. They had another man around. They had to do something.
No, look, every now and again, what was it? Every decade, they go and catch a ship that got too close. Like, hey, come here. And have their way with the guys, throw them back on the boat, shove the boat out to the middle of the ocean, and give birth to their babies.
She said
where's that boat?
Men were necessary for procreation, but not pleasure.
I just want to know where that boat was, because, I mean, an island full of women that are goddesses. I'm just saying, I might be wanting to take a cruise.
He's saying
want to take a cruise.
The flesh is weak and bruised, but the spirit is willing.
I mean, they got medication to help with the bruises and pain. I'm on some for my shoulder. Don't worry. I'm good. Let's go.
Anyway.
Moving on from Virgie trying to find the boat.
I don't blame him. Diana definitely could get it. Any of them. Dang, any of them. All of them.
Sorry, you see Diana's mom in the movies? That woman is gorgeous.
Connie Stevens is a goddess. So is Robin Wright, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
We've moved on, ladies and gentlemen, to the next character.
We are so sorry for objectifying the Amazons.
No, you're not. And that's okay.
Absolutely not.
Up next is Mr. Jackson Hyde, also known as Aqualad.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, he's with Speedy, or was with Speedy. He was with another member of the. Are they still the Titans, or are they the Young Titans? Or
I do not recall it.
I don't know the name of their group affiliation, but I know him and another member were a thing for a while.
Yeah, I remember he's been a little bit on both sides, though, like a couple of different characters, but mostly he's been more towards the you know, the males. But I don't remember who his last love interest was in the comics or in the cartoon series.
I have not read a single one with Aqualad, so whatever you guys say, I'll be like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't DC, so I am surface level DC, so that's all I know.
I am strictly 1987 to like 1991.
She's got that 4-year span of knowledge you cannot deny.
Ask me anything about that 67 issue run, I got you.
Small sample. Small sample.
And then up next is a character that I know a lot about because he's Marvel. And so I grew up reading the Wolverine series and Alpha Flight. So this is North Star, brother of, now I can't remember his sister's
South
name.
Star.
I wish it was that easy. No.
West Star? East Star?
No.
Midwest Star.
There we go. That works. Midwest Star.
Hey.
But yes, he's been a character, and he's actually been gay the entire time that he's been a character being written by Marvel. So he's not one of those ones that was changed to give more representation. He's always been there. He may not always get the spotlight, but when he's in an episode or an issue, you know he's in that issue. Because, I mean, like, come on now. He's super fast. He can fly, and he can generate light of different wavelengths to blind you and stun you and, you know, beat the crap out of you. And especially when he gets together with his sister, basically imagine Johnny Storm's Supernova.
I think the sister's name is Aurora.
There we go. That's her name.
That's her name. I do have to mention where are the lips once more.
I mean, you see that straight line there, and then that little divot. That little divot, and then the straight line.
That looks like those little like goatee things.
Yeah, but he has that the pursed lips that like a Karen gets right before they want to yell for the manager. That's that lip style. That's what they went with.
I mean, sometimes he can be a character.
Very like anime leaning, because you see a lot of anime mouths that are like that too.
Well, yeah, and you do notice that like the way his ears look too, and I noticed in this image
they're very elvish looking.
Yeah, very elvish and stuff like that.
Because I feel like all I've been doing is ripping on these poor artists who had no idea they were going to be featured for the 8 people watching, and slandered the whole time.
You know,
it's not slander. It's
when their artwork is out there for the entire world to see. I'm sure they've heard it. I mean, look at Rob Liefeld. He knows he can't go feet, for Christ's sakes. They put it in the movie trailer. Rob Liefeld's like shoe store or something like that, making fun of his feet. Liefeld's foot store. Like they know it. He knows he can't do it. It's hilarious.
It is true. It is true. Then up next we have Phyla-Vell, daughter of Mar-Vell. And her and Moondragon got a thing going on. And Moondragon is the daughter of Drax the Destroyer. So there's that.
Yeah, you know, one thing I do notice that is something that is done. Marvel has done more with the characters on the LGBTQ plus than DC has, and I think they do a better job with it and the representation of the characters more than I think DC has with some of them, because they came out right in the beginning with them being, you know, gay and not, you know, doing stuff.
Right.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
I do.
Marvel has more.
I didn't say
speak
more.
on who was first.
I didn't say more. I said I think they've done them better. You know, like they've introduced characters right from the get-go, and they've kept them that way. They didn't change. They didn't do different stuff with them, and they made them still focal points of, you know, storylines and stuff like that.
I will always defer to you guys for that because I don't have the familiarity with the Marvel characters the way that you do. I do want to say though, I for like, I don't want not notoriety, but like known characters. I think DC's queer characters are more prominent, like more mainstream, I guess. And I'm thinking more like Harley and Ivy, and even like Batwoman, where their characters are more well known, I think, than Marvel queer characters.
Sir, did you mean to bring yourself in?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I also hear your music.
My music. Oh, that's in the background. Oh, that's the baby. She gave me a moment of respect. I just wanted to kind of comment really quickly. First of all, you guys are doing great. This is a great topic. I'm so sorry I can't be here. I really love this. When it comes to representation in Marvel versus DC, Kat is right in that I think DC has a little bit more mainstream. Like people would nowadays when people think of Harley Quinn, they're like, "Oh yeah, she's gay now." You know, they think of all these other stuff. Joker was horrible, man. There's so many things I could say, but Marvel has always included it to a point where it's not necessarily focused on, but sometimes when people reflect on it, like, "Oh yeah, like I can see that." Like North Star always been there. He's always, as far as I know, had a lover that was gay. It wasn't until I think Iceman came out. And technically, the mutants, they're very polygamous. When it comes to X-Men and the mutants, they're all over. They all have the same lover and then some. But it wasn't until like Iceman and Amadeus Cho, if I'm not mistaken, who was the Asian Hulk, that I believe he's also gay. That's when people are like, oh, Marvel's kind of doing this thing. And it's like, no, it's always been a thing. Marvel has been unabashedly about it. And it's always written well into the character. It's not focused. And arguably, I hate to say this, but I wanted to. I think now with DC, what they've done is, to an extent, they've allowed the sexuality of certain characters to define great characters, which is a shame because it should be a part of the character. Don't get me wrong, we should acknowledge it, but it shouldn't be all that they're about. And unfortunately, you look at the pictures that were shown before, you know, Harley Quinn's curves were emphasized for a reason, you know, but they're not being proactive in inclusivity and acceptance. I just wanted to say that, guys. I'm going to get myself out of here. Thanks for having me for my TED Talk.
According to the internet, DC Comics had the first appearance of a queer character, and it predates North Star by a few years, and that was Millennium number 2. What is your name, sir? Extraño was the first queer
Never
character.
even heard of the person. Or the
I'm
character.
not at all surprised, but I just wanted to put in that caveat just for accuracy. Again, I do not argue with you guys about that stuff because you guys are much more well versed in that or not. And I do think that certain characters in DC, they find that one thing and then that's all they are. And not only about sexuality, but just other things too. Like, you know how I feel about Batman? They made the whole brooding orphan thing like his whole effing personality. And it's dimensions, my friends. Dimensions.
Layers.
Like an ogre or an onion.
Exactly.
Anyway, go on.
And then up next we have America Chavez.
She's so cute.
Oh, yeah, that's right. In the film, because with the dimension she comes from, everyone just loves everyone.
Yeah.
That's right.
As we should.
As we should. That is correct. So and so like this is the first time I'm like actually seeing his list because I made it a point not to look at everything this time so I can actually be surprised and be like, oh hey, yeah. So I can do that with the list. Because his list is making me think.
I don't care so much when they change someone's personality or their sexual identity or even gender. I do have a problem when they take the name of a character and use it and do something completely. So the only thing they have in common with the original character is the name. And not a comic reference, but if you saw the Gem and the Holograms movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I knew that movie was going to be bad when I saw neither a gem nor a hologram in the trailer. And as a kid that grew up watching that, after watching Constructs on Saturday mornings, I was excited. I'm like, oh snap, it's a gym movie. I might watch. What is this?
They just stole the names in that they were banned. That's it. That's it.
Yup.
Shame. Okay.
Like,
shame.
I'm like, this has nothing to
Whoever
do.
wrote that, your mom's a hoe. Anyway.
And for Kat to say
Next
that,
up,
you messed up.
We've got the non-imaginary son.
Very nice lady. I'm sorry.
Wanda Maximoff, Mr. Tommy, aka Speed. If you watched WandaVision, you actually got to see a little bit of this character and what he can do with his uncle.
The way you're phrasing that, I don't like it.
Okay, no, they ran fast with Speed for Halloween. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That's all. because the show was more so about Wanda and her grief and what she created, and it gave little hints to everything else, and it did give that little bit of hint of speed to him when him and Quicksilver went running off for candy.
Right.
Yes, I do believe him and Hulkling had a thing.
No, Wiccan and Hulkling had a thing with him.
Okay, there we go. I don't know who Speed was with then. I didn't read a whole lot of Young Avengers. Not even gonna lie.
Listen,
I've read some.
They were a throuple. We're moving on.
And then up next we have.
Do we really have the definition?
Yes, there we go. He's got the definition of the LGBTQ plus.
The LGBTQ. Doesn't it sound so much nicer when you put a French little twist on it?
There was a person on TikTok that did that and sat there and goes, "I want to be bougie now. I'm LGBTQ plus," and it was like all bougie, and I was like, "That is the best way of saying it, and it is the best." I love it. Ever. You know,
we were saying it in the pre-show, just repeatedly. We're gonna say like like this, and we had to get we got to make it bougie because it Why sounds not? Better bougie.
Everything does.
Everything does. Yes, that's true. That's why we still do the pardon me. Could you pass the Grey Poupon?
Oh, pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
Pinky's out, of course. Anyway.
And then we have the definition of gender fluidity. For those that don't know, gender fluidity is when a person can, with the way they feel during any given time, they may decide to identify as he, him. They may decide to identify as she, her. They may decide to identify as he, she. And that's okay because it's how they feel about what they like. And that's not going to hurt nobody. So why are people so worried about it? Let people love who they love when they want to.
Like they say in Star Trek, infinite diversity, infinite combination.
Bruh, Riker and Kirk put it in everything. And Picard, and don't forget, Picard was just as bad.
Arguably, Picard was worse. He was just smoother about it.
He was more discreet. Riker just was out there swinging that thing out there for everybody. He said, "Hey, ladies and others, look what I got."
I have to say, there was this whole thing about how much Riz Riker had, and apparently not much.
Well,
not much.
He
was mostly unsuccessful.
Diana twice.
Deanna,
and he got a few other women, but no, Picard. Yeah, no, that was Captain Riscard. That's all they had.
Mm-hmm.
It's the captain, of course.
Right?
I know. I think that's what it was. Riker was like first officer or something.
Yeah.
Honestly, captain? How can you? Yes, he was tall, but the way that he sat down, the way his leg went over the back of chairs.
That was the Riker sit, ma'am. That is an iconic maneuver.
If I was meeting him for some kind of date and that's how he sat at the table that I was at, done. Check, please.
Ma'am,
Cat would look at him like,
it's up there with the Kobayashi Kobayashi maneuver.
He put his whole leg over the back of the chair and then sat down. We get it. You're tall. Sit like a normal person.
I think at one point that just after that while that just became like a running gag.
It did.
And I think he wanted to see how many people he made laugh on the set that he did that to.
Lean to the side when he walked.
Always was on his side lean.
Look, he had to.
I get why he had no Riz.
He had that gangster lean
somehow. He can't help. He can't help.
It's the anti-gravity and the shit.
And then this is a quick blurb.
We are so unserious. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, you're good. And this is a quick blurb about Pride Month, which leads me into his next place, which is the Center, the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Community Center. Actually, you know what? Do you want to come on and talk about this? Because I don't know much about this, and this was your thing, if you got the time.
For a minute there, I was like, what the hell does the I and A mean? Intersex, asexual. Okay. I was like, I didn't know what the hell those were.
So this is just an example of a space where you, as a person, can go and just understand what it means to be LGBTQ, to be part of the LGBTQ community, and why it is people who are not as informed, I'll be nice, are creating such a ruckus, because here it is, they'll tell you who they are, what they mean, what every letter stands for, and why it is important for you to understand and be inclusive and accepting, really, of people that you meet every day who may not identify the way you do. This is just one website. I love the fact that they had the flag there, and they actually said, what is LGBTQ plus IA, and they break it down in such a way I thought was really dope. And we're not being sponsored by them or by anybody like this, but as long as we can get the information out there. And what I wanted to say, and you, Reggie, and you guys kind of beat me to it. It's so funny that when actual human beings want to identify and or procreate with other humans. I'll leave that. It's a problem, but yet we watch these shows of fictional people do the same thing, and it's acceptable. And it's so crazy that how we think that sites like this can help you understand why it is that the normal brainwashing that we've had of being what's the word that I can say, of ignorance toward LGBTQ and anybody else is just so bad and mainstream. And I really, once again, wanted to put this out there. My hand has not dropped out at all. I just really wanted to put it out there, this information to help you understand what it means and why you should be understanding and accepting.
There are so many people that still don't understand that there is a difference between gender and sexuality. Those are two very different things. The amount of people that are like, well, if they're trans, if they're, let's say, female to male trans, but they like girls, aren't they just no, that's two completely different things. Your gender is who you identify as, your sexuality is who you're attracted to. And one has nothing to do with the other. The fact that after so many women saying that they would choose the bear are still attracted to men shows that it is not a choice. And we kind of need to get over that. This is not a lifestyle choice. This is who they are. This is the way that they are made. And that's just it.
Thank you very much for having me again. Thank you for putting up my post. I really wanted to be as formative as possible, especially whenever this is like the third or fourth year we've done this. I love being on the show, especially for this particular episode. I encourage everybody to stop following people and have your own thoughts, do your own research. Google is your friend. There might be someone close to you who may be part of the society and may not feel comfortable coming out. But if you ask them about it and really listen with a good heart and good ear, they will tell you everything, and you will understand better and be more accepting. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, so since I was taking up most of the time, I'm going to speed run through my own choices, so that way we can let the ever magnanimous Miss Cat go through her choices.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the one.
Yeah, you need time to shine as well. All right, so first up for me is someone that I liked as they originally were, but I also like as they are now, and that is the wonderful actor, Mr. Elliot Page. I've been a fan of theirs since before their transition, and I've been a fan of theirs since the transition, and all the hate that they have gotten is just so dumb, and it's just like, this is the person that they were always meant to be. This is who they always were on the inside. You cannot
They're
deny
total
this,
babe. That's all that matters.
right? Babe. Right? Look at that handsome face. Look at that. If you did not know, you would not know. You'd be like, oh, look at that handsome. Look at that jawline on that dude.
I'm about to say that jawline, man.
When you look at people before and after their transition, and just
you can see
the light in them. As they're becoming who they are outside is finally matching who they feel they are inside.
Yes.
How can you hate that? How can you? Even now, and this is why Pride is still so important. Even now, anytime they make a post about Elliot Page, there are people commenting her, she, Ellen. No. Just let him live. It affects you not at all.
That's what.
And even though I've spent the first half of this show saying that I'm not a violent woman, that makes me want to be very violent to people who just all edge, no sword. Like get like I know I said that wrong, but that's what happens when I get upset. I say shit wrong. I'm sorry,
And
Brittany.
that is a-okay. And then up next are a pair of siblings that, like, seriously, they made one of the. Okay, the first movie was great. The second movie was all right. The third one, questionable. The animated series or the animated shorts, awesome.
Weren't all directed by them.
Talk about it's The Matrix, bruh. It's a cultural phenomenon of a series.
Changed movie making forever.
Yep.
It did. No,
Reggie, you were going to say something before. I'm sorry, I kind of cut you off, but what were you going to say? It was about Elliot or
me?
You? Yeah.
I was about to say. I was going to say it's like these people that have to go on somebody else's page where you literally took time out of your own miserable life and to go make a comment on someone else's page, she or her or something like that. Like, how bad is your life really? Like that gets to you that you wake up every day and you obviously follow this person. So, and you do this to just what? Do you think Elliot cares? He don't give two shits about you. He's going about his day and he is being a king that he is and he's doing his shit. I can't understand people that go off and like, if you're following people just to do that, like I get it if it's an accidental misspoke in public and you accidentally do it, because I've done it. I've worked with a few transgender people at GameStop and stuff like that, and it's not on purpose. It's a complete slip, and I apologize, and I'm very sorry. But like when customers do it, it drives me insane. I can't stand people that do that. I think it's disrespectful. Learn the pronouns, and if you don't, just don't bother. Just stay home. Do online shopping.
Journal it. Like, figure yourself out.
Yeah.
Right.
Not that hard.
And then quickly, two that are personal to me, because these are two of my friends here in the Springs. One you may know as the Dancing Stormtrooper. If you don't know, it's my homie Flaquito B, and this was his thing. He would dress up and do sign twirlings at different companies. Was a few years ago, and he became known as Colorado's Dancing Stormtrooper. And he would just be out there.
I've never seen this person.
Why don't we have him?
Yeah, why is he not at Comic-Con?
Yeah, why is he not in front of Comic-Con twirling a sign as people wait in line? Like, what
or I give him a cosplay badge. He walks around the show doing that.
Yeah.
What the hell, Reggie? What the hell?
Who are you?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry. It looks like you've been drafted and voluntold into the family. I'll probably message you later.
Their name?
Let you know
that did you say Flaquito B? Did I hear that right?
Yes, Flaquito B.
I'm entering them into Grotix.
Sorry, you don't have a choice.
Special assignments.
Because I think this would be hilarious out there dancing and doing that with the fans that are about to come into the show and twirling some of this Colorado Springs, whatnot, and stuff like that. I think that'd be hilarious.
Colorado Springs Comic-Con sign for him to twirl.
Giving him a badge for the show.
Yeah. So he also does cosplay and drag, and he is a very prominent figure in the community. So, yeah, I will reach out to him and let him know that he's been drafted.
You've been doing that show for 7 years, my guy.
9.
I've only been here for 5. Hey, whoa, hold up, whoa.
So 5 years you've been hiding this, man.
I'm sorry.
See, Reggie just wants all the attention. That's what it is.
It is. You figured me out. I'm sorry. And next up is my homie that I've known for quite a while, and that is my friend Irishimo Hormones. They are a drag performer, cosplayer, and one of the biggest geeks that I know. They also do face paintings at the geek get-togethers. They're actually at Free Comic Book Day at Muse, as they have been for the past 3 years or so, doing face paintings for tips.
You know what?
Anything you see him in, he created. Any part of it you see, he made. Period.
You are fast tracking to Picklegate point 2.
Oh my god!
See what happens when I get upset?
I'm just saying she's gonna be throwing a lot of baby jerkins at you there, little baby dills, flinging them at you. It'd be like a whole glass jar of them.
But like, really?
I will reach out to my cosplay friends, and I will make sure to let them know that they are honorably being requested and or voluntold to show up for Colorado Springs Comic Con.
How are their wristbanding skills? You know what? I'll find out.
They've already been hired.
So those are my two friends that I honor.
Facts.
That are in the community, and I've known them for a while, and they're just awesome people to be around. And
he just want to share his friends with us.
Yes, that's the whole thing. I don't want to share my friends.
Wow,
they're mine.
Gatekeeping. We don't stand for that.
We sit for it, but we don't stand for it.
I sit for most things, to be honest.
Sitting is a lot more comfortable.
It really is. It really, really is. But it seems like I can still bully from a seated position. So
the floor is yours, madam. I'm sorry I took up so much time, but I did have.
No, you took up the appropriate amount of time for all of this stuff that you had to get through, and it certainly didn't help that we were hyper fixated on lips. I think that might be the T-shirt for the show. Where does the lips go? But where are the lips?
But where are the lips?
Where are the lips? So I decided that because we are all convention people, that is how we met through different conventions.
Mm-hmm.
There is no more rich of a culture hodgepodge mashup of every single type of human that you can possibly think of than at a convention. And one thing that I know that I pride myself on with the volunteers, but that Bergie for the show is to make it a safe environment for everyone to enjoy a convention equally. That's the goal, for everyone to be able to come feel that they are welcomed, that they are represented, that they are seen for who they are, felt for who they are, and appreciated on the level of the beautiful, amazing humans that they are. To steal kind of a phrase that Amber says. One of our featured cosplayers, former volunteer, and just one of the most amazing people I've ever met. And anyway, there is a nonprofit organization called Geeks Out. Oh, hi. And seeing a lack of representation in community for LGBTQIA+ geeks within broader geek community, the founders of Geek Out, Joey and Josh, came together in 2013 to launch Geeks Out. Over a decade later, the charity nonprofit now frequents events across the country, growing community and elevating queer voices at conventions. And they launched FlameCon, the world's largest queer comic and pop culture convention. This is an event that is held in New York every year. I believe it's over a decade strong at this point, and is run peopled. Their artists, their writers, their guests are all part of the queer community, and it is a space where everyone can come and feel safe and enjoy all of the things that make us geeks. As someone who can't attend conventions anymore because working them has absolutely ruined me, they also have a podcast called Geeks Out, where they feature LGBTQ forward stories and just help grow the community and make sure that everyone of every walk of life is welcomed and appreciated and promoted and supported in the way that they should. And this is something that I know that we are not a queer convention, but we are a queer inclusive convention. I just wanted to give them a shout out for doing their thing and making sure that no matter what else is going on, people can come to this and know that it's going to be nothing but love and support and uplifting and what looks like a hella good time. So I would recommend everyone check it out. If you're in that area, check out the podcast, and it is definitely an organization that I would endorse supporting if you so choose.
Hey, I did a section on them last year. Because of Nimona. Because I enjoyed that show to the max.
There's a lot of familiar faces in there. People that I think that we've had at our shows as well. There's drag performers, cosplayers, like I said, the panels, everything that you would expect at any other convention is here, but it's all run by and featuring queer people, and I think that's just freaking amazing.
That looks amazing.
Oh, I'm like, I know this name. He did Spider-Man. That's why.
Mm-hmm. And that's the voice of Morph, who you just had. And I don't know, that after party looks like it would be freaking lit. Like,
yeah, the party does look like it would be lit.
It looks like it would be so good. But I will let the website speak for itself, because otherwise we'll be here for too long, and it's already been, or we're already hitting our
57
mark.
minutes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, and I did all of my speeching throughout anyway. So I am going to turn over the floor to whoever would like to say anything right now. Not to put anyone on the spot, but Mayhem, Bergie, Reggie, if there's anything that you would like to speak on, please speak now.
Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "We may have all come on different ships, but we're all in the same boat now."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really one of the great lines we should all remember when it comes to inclusivity and diversity. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like; it's what you do and your intentions. We are a very diverse cast. And I'm happy to be here every week with them. I'm happy to call them family. I'm happy to be and understand their problems, their joys, their happiness. And I continue to educate myself about not just things that happen with them, but the things that are going on in the world. As I am now, I've always been somebody of influence to some of the kids I've helped. I used to be a clown. I used to help mentor my sisters and even now my daughter. I would like for you to walk away from this episode with at least one thing, which is to constantly educate yourself and form your own opinion versus what sounds good and hateful. I don't care, me personally, that that I'm wearing an amazing wig that I got to watch out, and I'm probably the most colorful person currently on this podcast. And I really do. My daughter's not really feeling that well; she's feeling better, but I really wanted to make an appearance because I think it's very, very, very important that you understand that people who are watching, you have allies here. You have allies with myself, with Kat, Bergie. It's very important that you see it, because here it is. We're talking about pride, but it goes so much deeper. It really does. And I'm thankful that in my 37 years of living that I've had the wherewithal to reach this conclusion every day. I'm so serious because I deal with the public, and then I come home to my daughter. I talk to my friends, and I'm like, there's a lot of stupidness going on. I can't say the word I want to say. There's a lot of stupidness going around. And if we really just took the time out and was like, this is not needed, this is silly, this is stupid, we'd all be living a better life. Hey, maybe inflation wouldn't be a thing. My selfish thing is I also wanted to show off this wig because this wig is amazing. Okay, I don't give a ladies with the wigs and the bob.
I would argue that you are not the most colorful person on this podcast, because even though you and I are and Reggie are all wearing Pride things, there is literally somebody wearing a shirt full of his face.
You know what?
And that has to be the loudest thing in the room right now.
Oh, it's definitely loud.
It's definitely loud.
Definitely the loudest thing in the room.
We should probably get a shirt with our own pictures.
Well, this is a picture of me. I'm this one.
Nice.
She's a mama bear.
I am.
Definitely mama
and you're
bear.
all my babies.
Yes.
You're all my babies. And you are all safe with me.
No problem.
Unless you get on my nerves, and then you might get a pickle to the face.
Yeah, a pickle. Yes, Pico is still scarred, as he should be. Remember, we're all in the same boat. That's what I wanted to say. Go ahead, guys. If anybody want to add on to anything.
Reggie, Bergie.
No pressure. I just want to say, we're all, at the end of the day, we're all people. We're all still human beings. No matter how we identify, no matter who we like, what we like, within reason, we're also people. I don't know why people want to get so uppity about who someone else likes or how this person feels about themselves on the inside and makes it reflect on the outside. Let people be people. Because, quick note, we're not all billionaires. And even though in your little brain you may think, oh, I'm closer to the billionaire than these people, you're not. You're still closer to us. You're down here in the dirt, in the mud with us, nowhere near the billionaires who do their dumb billionaire things. Treat everyone the way you want to be treated. That's all they want. They don't want special treatment. They don't want different treatment. They just want to be treated as people, as themselves, as people who love other people. Period.
Mm-hmm. I think it also, like, I know there was a comedian a few years ago. I remember watching this thing, and he was sitting. He's like, I don't know why people are all uppity about a woman and a woman or a man and a man being together, and they're all like, oh, it's same sex. It's same sex. He's like, you married your wife, right? It's the same sex for the rest of your life. What the hell does it matter? Any way you look at it, it's the same sex. Who gives a shit? And it's the truth. And like, I joke and like, and I use it as a joke, but I think it's the truth. Like, who cares? If a man and a man love each other, a woman and a woman love each other, hell, if a man wants to love a Coke bottle, God bless the person. Who gives a crap? Does that really affect your day where you're going to lose your job? You're not going to be able to walk tomorrow. You're not going to be able to go to sleep or, you know, stuff like that. It doesn't. It does not affect you. That does not affect you. Leave those people alone. Let them live their life. That's all they want. You want to live yours. They want to live theirs. Just let them have it. Like, just be there. If not, just don't go outside. Stay in your house. Be a bigot your whole life.
You know? As a mother of queer bees, I would love to live in a world where I don't have anxiety about my son going to a concert in New York because I don't know if someone's going to mess with him on the train because he's wearing a skirt. And or like my daughter to like get spit on as she's walking in a rally. And these are things that have happened to me, in front of me, when I've done events with Free Mom Hugs and other organizations that I work with. We just want everyone to be safe. Mm-hmm. We just want everyone to know that they are accepted and loved for who they are. And if you can't be that way, if you can't get out of your own head and obsess over who other people love, I'm going to try to keep it clean and non-violent and say, just go touch some grass, go snorkeling and get stuck there. Take a long walk off a short pier and leave people alone. Let them be happy.
Go in the mountains, wait for a nice snowstorm, yell.
Find the bear in the woods.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Joe versus the Volcano?
Yeah.
Test that theory out whenever.
Yeah.
See if that luggage really floats in lava. Go ahead. I dare you.
Yeah.
Put on one of those squirrel suits and jump out of a plane and GoPro it. I don't know.
Can we have really quickly one happy moment from this week that happened to you guys?
We're going to go clockwise and start with Michael Bershi.
Oh, we're going to do that. Okay.
This might be a moment for me.
Well, honestly, one of the happiest moments this week for me has been a little less pain in my shoulder. As everyone here on the panel knows, I injured myself and I've been out of commission.
Thinking he was Kobe.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Kobe. The problem was I was not Kobe. I was a joke. I tripped over my own 2 feet, by the way. Hit the ground so hard I did something to my pectoral muscles all the way around to the back of the deltoids, and I'm not sure if I've done nerve damage or I've done something to do with the muscle, or I might have a hairline fracture of my ribs. Yeah, I'm.
If you didn't want to play in the league, you should.
I know, right?
Right? You don't have to. Don't let Fusco pressure you into anything.
It was Berto, actually. 2 minutes into the game. 2 minutes into the game. And I got
Listen, I told you, Birdie, you got to pump up your shoes first. You got to pump up a pair of
It's
sneakers.
funny you said that. I had no time to go buy sneakers, so I ran to Walmart and I bought a pair of and ones. Like, I like them. I like the look of them. They're pretty cool. But Jesus Christ, no, that was a bad decision. And
Were your Skechers not? I'm stupid. Or
no, I wanted higher sneakers for ankle support, so I don't twist an ankle on somebody down low or something.
So you wanted a high top.
Yep, high top. And yeah, the problem is I just have 2 left feet. So yeah, but I'm a lot better. I'm doing much better, although my basketball career is probably over until I lose like 60 something pounds and get back in shape, which will probably be never. So my basketball career is probably over.
You can like the wife told me, you can do side bends or sit-ups, but please don't lose that cake.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you,
Reggie. What is your positive thing for the week?
My positive thing for the week is my wife can actually kind of sort of walk now after injuring herself doing the incline. She's supposed to use crutches, but she's actually able to get around by walking and not needing the crutches. And she also needs to do the walking so she can re-strengthen her ankle so she can try to do the incline in the fall without falling.
Good for her.
Okay.
We're going to wrap her up in Nerf to avoid any...
The offer has been made many times to wrap her in bubble wrap. I think
so. Me and her are the bubble people. Got it. We're the bubble people like Hans. We're gonna make that happen.
Reggie Bowles, what was your thing for this week?
Obviously, I made the episode, so I'm very happy about that. Even though it was like the last 5 minutes of the game. Put me in, coach. I can play. My actually happy moment came from my daughter. So it hasn't been solidified, but more than likely she'll be starting school ahead of time this September.
Smarty pants.
Yeah, I'm super happy about that. We had some really great moments. Can I talk on the microphone? You know what? Do you want to say hi? Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
They're saying hi. Say
hi. How are you today?
I'm good today. How are you?
Kid's gonna be in high school soon.
You know, I gotta stop blinking.
Right.
So it really hit me how much, once again, dad and things are going. It's summertime, so many different things are happening. So like for me, it was kind of like a centering moment. And of course, just being on this episode was really big for me, for a lot of reasons, personal, friendship wise, all that good stuff, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the wig. I don't care what anybody. Matter of fact, hold on. Ooh, it's amazing.
Listen up here, young George Clinton.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. He looks like a young George Clinton with no dreads.
He does. Pre-dress. When he had a bob.
Yup. And Miss Katarina, what was your good moment for this week?
Oh goodness. I'm gonna say being able to live stream this basketball game that the men of ARE are partaking in. I have to say that game, like I thought it was going to feel like a long game, right? Especially since streaming on YouTube, it's the quality's not great, and I have a couple of jokes in my pocket for this. If the quarters went by very quickly, and I was able to follow and enjoy, but I couldn't tell who was who on the team unless like Fusco, obviously, like the way he stands, his body shape is very distinct. I knew it was him every time. Berto, the only time I was sure it was him was when he was standing on the sidelines because he does that thing where he crosses his arms like up high. So whenever I saw that, I knew that it was him. But during gameplay, I wasn't sure. But the funny thing is, and this is not the entire team, but like 3/4 of the team are all bald men. And the other team, every single person had a full head of hair. So I was like, well, that's an interesting way to do shirts and skins. And I cracked myself up. I'm by myself. And I'm like, so
but it's a good joke though.
And then there was this one part where the ball went out of bounds and everybody at the same time raised up their hands. When they were on our side, where they were sitting on the like bench, so they all went, and I thought it was funny, so I went to like rewind and get a screenshot of it to put into the group chat, and something glitched or it went, and then I ended up getting a picture, and I think it's Berto, and I'll share the photo once we're done. in the group chat of somebody sitting like this with their legs like out, and I swear to God, it looks like a chicken. It looks like a whole chicken, the way that they're sitting. And I was crying, but I didn't know who it was, and I didn't know if they'd get upset if I put it in the group chat, being like, "Who's Purdue?" Like,
Purdue, baby.
so funny. I can put it in the chat right now if you want to share it and see if everybody sees what I see. And whoever it is, I apologize in advance. There's no hate, all love. I really enjoyed watching the game, but that really had me in hysterics. So if you want to, it's in the 4-letter nerd chat.
Gotcha.
One moment. One moment, please.
Oh, that's Birdo. That's
Is that
Birdo.
Birdo?
Oh, I know that. That's Birdo.
I know them.
So if you want to blow up that, if you want to post it, it's okay. Berto has a good sense of humor, and he won't take it personally because it's not anything about him. It was just funny the way that he was sitting. That was like the first.
Yeah, because Jake's. Yeah, Jake's.
Do you see it?
Yes, I see.
Yep. Jake's under the basket, and the one right in front of number 30. That is that's Soika. That's Birdo. Yeah, that's Birdo all day.
Wait, where's the cake man?
Oh, Cake
He
Man
was sitting in the bleachers.
Cake Man's sitting in the bleachers because he hasn't been able to play.
Muffin tops.
Now the camera did pan, and I saw Megan, I saw Berto's wife, and I saw Fusco's wife, Jess, but I didn't see Berger. I guess he was next to. Were you next to Megan?
Yeah, I was right next to Megan, and Emily was there too as well. So was Sophia.
So yes, I know that Emily and Soph were there because we postponed our meeting.
Yep.
We usually meet on Monday so that we could watch it, and I'm so glad that I got to tune in and watch it. That was really great. You guys are so cute, and I love you all so much. And I hope that I get to see a game in person, and that you are well enough to join in those shenanigans.
Berto named us the Muffin Tops.
Yes,
because we all have the little muffin top on the side. So it was really funny, and he gave them a bunch of colors for like jerseys in case no one ever took the same one. And one of the colors he put down was orange. We thought someone was going to take it. Oh no, we got lucky. We got orange. So here it is, me and Fusco running out there. I'm 265. Fusco's about 280. We look like the great pumpkin Charlie Brown running up and down the court like orange pumpkins. Oh my God. It's too funny.
A mistake was made. That's
the cutest orange pumpkins I ever saw.
This is how bad. The first game we played against these kids, and these kids' average age was about 22 to 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Why
average,
are we playing them?
We didn't know that this was the age.
Over 35 league.
So that's what I thought. So no, it's an all ages league. We're trying to convince the guy that runs the league to create an over 40 league, so then we might actually have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw the score. They were like getting them in too. One of the teammates was getting 3-pointers like pretty steadily whenever he went for it.
And
from Team Muffin Tops.
No, honestly, like I look back and like I'm no premier athlete or anything like that, but you give me 10 years ago, me, Berto, Timmy, like we would have ran runs around some of these guys in these leagues because we played better as together. But we haven't actually played basketball in like 10 plus years. We haven't touched the ball. So here we are trying to play in our first game. Now it's 8.5-foot rim. You can't have anybody on your team that's higher than 6'4". So everyone has to be 6'3" or under. You can dunk, which it's 8.5-foot rim. Anybody can dunk on it. These kids are 23, 24 years old. They are jumping out of the roof to just dunk on us all. And the first game was 113-35. Me, Berto, Timmy, like some of our cardio is not there. We crashed the boards. By the time I turn around, 3 of them already at half court, already down the other side. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like they're running. It's a track meet. I ain't keeping up with them. Like they ain't no winning. You know. But one of the little kids thought
was it you who told me that it was a league and that it was like an over 35 league?
No, I think it was Berto that said it because Berto was
whoever was talking about it was saying it. So I was under the impression that they were paying people their age, and I'm like, these guys look.
Oh no.
Not 35. I was like, I would want to see their long form birth certificates. You know how they always talk about the little league? There's a 15-year-old that they try to say is like 9. Like this was the opposite of that. It was clearly somebody in their 20s that was like, oh, I'm 45.
And these kids were trying, like, they were trying to think it was Vince Carter dunk contest through the legs. Some of these kids, one of these kids went up for a dunk on me, and I had my body positioned right where the ref couldn't see me. I literally shoved him. I was like, I hit him. I didn't knock him out, but just enough where he couldn't get the dunk.
Yeah.
And he landed, nothing called, balls going the other way. He looked at me, he goes, did you follow me? I went, yeah, I followed you. You ain't dunking on my ass. No way. It ain't happening. I don't
Street
care.
ball.
Yeah, no, man. In this game, it was like 35-70, I think it was. Like they still
we lost 78 to 43.
Okay. There you go. Like that's pretty close.
Berto hurt himself, and Berto has a bum leg. But if Berto was a little healthier with that leg, he ran rings around these kids. He was going between the legs. He was dodging kids like it was like the Euro step, but threw 3 of them right to the rim. But it's 8.5-foot rim. We're used to a 10-foot rim, so you put a little extra mustard on it. Oh no, it's an 8-foot rim. It bounces off. Oh yeah, it was bad, but I mean, a lot of fun. But we're trying to convince the guy to do a 40 and over league so that way we all can play. And I was like, look, I got like 30 guys right now. We can create like 3 more teams.
Yeah,
we can do a 40 and over league. Let's do it. You know,
you can have 40 and over cheerleaders.
Yeah.
That would be a good way also to kind of like get back into shape and get to the hang of things. You know, some people don't necessarily like the gym. So I think that definitely go for it. You know, you got our support here. I'm very sorry, but I do have to cut us off because we're at 17 minute past mark. Big shout out to everybody coming, especially Moxa Silla. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope everything is fine with you. I had something else I wanted to say, but I totally forgot it. Kat, if you don't mind, take us out. Berto, definitely get Bergie back on the treadmill. Let's get back to these dunks, these games. This was an amazing show. Thank you.
I was able to touch rim. I was very happy, even 8.5 with 2 bad knees. I was happy about that.
I mean, hey.
I want to thank everyone that joined us today. Today was an unserious take on a very serious thing. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us week in and week out and engaging with us, sharing our posts. Virgie, of course, is the king of that, and letting us be who we are every single day. And we hope that we do the same for you. Peace, love. Don't be a douche. I'm out.
I think I'm going to get a new wig.